Hello, hello, and hello.
What up, what up?
Very good, very good.
Very good. Very good. Oh my gosh, my computer's playing music.
Very average.
Very average. Very average. Very average. Sorry, Ryan, I stole some beer.
Some. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
You don't even need a microphone.
I'm energized right now.
Are you?
I got so much going on. I got now my choice beverage. I'm doing a podcast. We're going to talk about anything anybody else wants to talk about on the podcast tonight.
We are doing an Ask Us Anything. If you are on the live stream, give us. So when we hit the featured topic, start putting in your Ask Us Anythings, and we'll start answering.
Yeah,
so
please
start brainstorming. We're going to give you a little time to come up with some good questions here.
I'm going to try to pay attention to like what you guys are saying and putting their questions in, but make sure when the topic starts, just start throwing them out there, and we'll make sure to hit them.
And if you're not on the live stream and you're listening to this elsewhere, which is fine, which is great, welcome, thank you for listening. But you may want to think about getting yourself a membership and coming on and joining.
Seriously.
Our community is growing week by week of people that are joining the live stream, and it's fun, it's interactive. We appreciate you all. You got anything?
Nothing. We just have to say, we always have to thank some people, right?
We have to thank some people, and by some people, here we go. The official sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training podcast is Healthy Roster. Your friends at www.healthyroster.com for all your EMR needs. If you are in the, I was going to say if you're in the mood for.
If you're in the mood
if
for.
you're in the market for.
Hey.
If you're in the mood for it too, I mean, fine.
Maybe
whatever gets you going.
In the mood.
That's fine. That's fine. If you're in the mood for a new EMR, check them out. I think they'd be appreciated. Just don't be creepy about it.
I'm gonna tell you what. If there's any EMR that puts me in the mood, it's Healthy Roster.
Okay, first off, we got a couple new people, I think, on the live stream
I hope
here.
Dan hears that.
So thank you to Kento and Hannah Grace Davis. I believe they're new to the live stream. So thank you for joining us. Kevin, your shirt's getting mad reviews so far.
It's that
friends at Howie's.
It's that Howie's.
It's a cool logo.
It is. I really like this shirt. When they sent us this shirt, I was like, oh my God.
It's a nice shirt.
This might become my favorite shirt.
Reminds me of one of my favorites.
Fits nice, everything.
I wish I wasn't wearing this effing shirt. Name the movie.
It's wait. No, I got it.
I wish I wasn't wearing this effing shirt. Take my eyes, but not my shirt.
No, I can't do it.
Somebody will get it. I think.
Yeah, somebody will get it.
I think.
If Hannah's not on, if Hannah,
it's Ed.
If Hannah the Chung is
Nate,
not on,
Nate, I mean, it's a three-way horse here right now.
Nate's pretty good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
What's up?
Abby's expecting.
Oh.
A box of Howie's. tape.
Gotcha. I hear. Oh, okay.
Yes. So,
I'll tell you what. If I was going to give birth to anything,
you're twinning with Hannah Grace Davis.
I know.
That's awesome. Twinning. Who started that? I want to know who started twinning.
I feel like, you remember when Charlie Sheen went nuts?
Probably. Well, he said winning.
I feel like he said winning, and so maybe it came off of that.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
So again, we're doing an Ask Us Anything tonight for any of you on the live stream. Start brainstorming some questions. When we hit that feature topic, start plugging them in. We'll answer any question that you guys want us to answer. So,
any question. Doesn't really have to even be athletic training specific. We'll answer anything.
Yes.
That's a quote from some movie too.
Rick Cox for the win, for getting Sarah Marshall. Thank you.
What? When does he say that?
It's when he ends up going to they do it the random double date at dinner, and she forces him to wear the shirt that she bought him even though he hates it.
Yeah.
Spill drink on it, and he's like, oh.
Yep. That's awesome.
Oh, you know what? I gotta do this real quick before we get into.
You want to do.
We had some people right before the show. Man, this is how they're getting ready for the show. So you're gonna have to join or watch this on YouTube.
What do we got here?
We got
ice cream before root beer.
We got a root beer float, and Abby putting down some vanilla with
Heyo.
chocolate sauce. It is just a classic combination that I love very much. So
is that just vanilla with some chocolate sauce?
vanilla looks like it.
What's your go-to? I don't know if we've ever talked about the go-to ice cream.
Oh my God, all of it.
Oh, come on. What's your go-to? You can only buy one tub of ice cream for the rest of your life.
I'm a mint chip person.
Okay.
And I know it's really a love-hate kind of flavor. You either
Okay.
love it or you hate it. I'm all in.
I'm right in the middle.
I'm all in.
I'm right in the middle of that.
What's yours?
Cookies and cream. That's my go-to.
Was the flavor
sure.
of the day at Cops on Saturday.
Oh. Hey, you know what? We talked about Quick Trip last week. If you're ever in the Milwaukee area, southeastern Wisconsin, you want some ice cream, but it's really, frozen custard, right?
It is. It's good.
You should go to Cops.
That's where the flavor
Cops.
of the day is. Yeah. Yes, Zach. I said chocolate sauce and not chocolate syrup. Sue me.
What?
He said, "Did you say chocolate sauce instead of chocolate syrup?" Yeah.
Is it really syrup? Does it come from a tree? What's the definition of syrup?
Ed, you got any chocolate syrup there in Vermont?
Ed, tell us, what is the definition of syrup, you Vermont crazy? Not.
Can you have chocolate? Does it come out of the tree, chocolate?
I'm guessing that has to have be somewhere in there. That has to be somewhere in there. Now, like a sauce, you got to manufacture a sauce, right? Syrup kind of just comes, it's a little more natural.
Is it Hershey's chocolate syrup? Yeah, I think it is.
It is probably.
Damn it.
Does it just mean a thick liquid?
Yeah.
Just thick.
You know what I have with the little vanilla ice cream? They're talking about the ice cream still.
See, you know what? And I don't like toppings on my ice cream.
I take creamy peanut butter and put it in the microwave for just a few, 10 seconds, so it's really runny, and then drizzle that over the top of vanilla.
Oh,
that is a game changer.
You're full of those game changers. You're totally full of them. I don't like sauces on my, I don't like I'm not a big sundae. I'm not a big sundae fan. I prefer to have.
Okay, do you like shakes or mints or malts? Because
like
they're
shakes.
Just putting it in there and stirring it.
I like shakes, but I like
what's the difference?
An Oreo or Oreo and Reese's peanut butter cup shake. Right? I don't like, I don't know, sauce or syrup on top of my ice cream. So sue me.
We're gonna put that on.
I'm normal, man.
Sauce
or syrup. I'm totally normal. Totally normal.
All right.
You know,
none of us are normal.
Brew Fitness.
Oh yeah, thank you. We are at Brew Fitness MKE.
The folks at Brew Fitness, all of them. You know, Savannah's not bothering us today.
No.
Savannah she could become like a little cult, favorite somewhere.
Right in here is a kettlebell. It's the world's largest kettlebell.
Right there. Usually my head's right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's weird. What do we got? Brew Fitness here in Milwaukee, and then they're also opening a second location in Shorewood. That's up in my neck of the woods where I work. It's kind of fun. It's kind of where you work too.
Just starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just opening. You got 2 new gym owners.
That's when you know it's a good place.
And I think it's gonna be fun. We've met the owners of the new gym, along with Ryan, who owns this gym. And it seems like it's gonna be a fun place. So if you're ever in Milwaukee, check out the Brew Fitness.
Yeah, things are opening back up. So
I worked out this morning.
Did you?
Did you work out this morning?
I thought about it. Not so much.
Not so much. Not so much. Anything else?
I got nothing.
I got nothing too.
Let's have a fun show tonight.
Okay, let's do it.
And we're back. Wow. Where are we starting tonight?
Wherever you want, man.
Let's hit this button here. And we're going to do our top 5. We're going to do some
right into it.
Actual athletic training talk here. Kevin, we asked 100 athletic trainers.
What?
How many work-related texts do you send in a month?
God. All right. How many in a month? Work-related sent? It makes... I probably get more than I send. Well, maybe not. I try to make an introduction to all my new patients through text message. Feel them out a little bit. So I'm sending a lot of texts that way. That's not that many a month.
Do you send? I'm assuming less now in your non-traditional role than you did when you were in baseball. I'm assuming.
Yeah, work-related texts. I'm gonna say I send half the amount that I used to.
It's text with a T and not with an
At
S.
least text. Okay. Either way, 100. Number one answer. Number 2, 1,000. Number 3, 150. 4, 225. And then I went with the good old average of 1 a day, 30. How about that?
When you said 1 a day, I was like, oh, 365. I forgot it was per month.
You said per month.
Yeah. Okay. Some good guesses. I think you got 2 right.
I got 2?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
For random as numbers can be.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you got?
In 5th place this week with 6 people saying 150. You got that one. 150. Okay. So if you work every day of the month, it's 5.
5 a day.
Unless you're in February or those 31-day months.
Yeah.
Then it's 140 or 160. Never mind.
Do you remember if there's 30 or 31 in a month?
Yeah, we've talked about this on the show.
Yeah, there's something about
this. You do the
right?
knuckles.
No, I don't do the knuckles.
You do
do
the rhyme?
No, I just don't remember.
I do the rhyme first, and then I do I can back it up with the knuckles.
You can back it up with the knuckle. You can back it up with the frickin' knucks, huh?
So,
you can drop the mitts and back it up, huh? All right, keep 100%.
Going. All right, 4th.
Somebody was talking about hockey, so
yeah, we'll get to that in the AMA. No, we don't have a professional hockey team here. We haven't.
You just answered the question. No, it's not AMA time.
us later. All right, in 4th place, 7 people said they send 200 work-related texts.
200.
In 3rd place, 8 people said 300.
300.
And in 2nd place, 11 people, 500 texts, work-related texts a month.
500.
Yep. And then in 1st place...
What's that noise?
I don't hear anything.
I hear a beeping. There was, it just happened. Keep going.
1st place, 13 people said 100.
Okay.
100 texts, that's first.
Hundo.
You got that one. You got a hundo, and you got 1 in 5.
You know why it's 100? It's because people don't want to count how many it is.
No,
and so they just assume it's 100.
It's fine. We just said guess how many.
100 is either a lot or it's just kind of like, whatever, 100 texts.
Well, it's funny because some people will put like a little comment with their answer, and people would be like, oh my God, the limit does not exist, 25. And I'm like, or like too many to count, 40.
Right.
And I was like, I might send 40 in a day.
You send a lot of text messages. Your athletes text you a lot. Your coaches text you a lot.
I'm guessing.
I think you are hot. You are like above the norm.
You think so?
From what I see, when you have your phone on you, like I feel like you'll get a text and you're like, one of my players, one of my coaches.
Yeah. I'm probably, if I had to go per day, 25 to 30 per day. Times, that's...
So, 3 times, 30 times 30? 30 for 30?
900. Yeah, I'm probably in the 1,000. It's probably more than that. I'm probably around 1,500.
It looks like, ESPN should sponsor your text game.
30 for 30? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite 30 for 30?
I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen a single 30 for 30?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't have cable.
I know you don't.
Oh, yeah, you should know that. I'd like to watch some of them. I might have seen one. Was there one on the Bad Boys?
Absolutely. There was.
I might have seen that one. I think
there was the heyday of the 30 for 30s was there was definitely
Bo
a Bad
Jackson,
Boys.
Mike Tyson.
Yep. And then like the Fab Five.
I heard that one was good.
I think I haven't seen one and I'm like, well, that sucks.
Was there one about the Malice in the Palace?
The
Brawl?
The Pacers? Yeah. That I don't know. But there's one about like, it was the school, in the 80s or early 90s that got in trouble, and then they got banned for the football, like the SMU or something. They got banned for like almost life from any bowls. And there's one about that.
Yeah.
There's one about, you would love the one about the U.
The Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people have seen that one. You haven't seen that?
Nope.
Jeez. All right.
Some people on this said, what's that?
Well, Zach's being funny. What if I told you I never saw a 30 for 30?
Yeah.
I'd say you're a liar.
Somebody said not many texts anymore because what's the group chat app? I didn't.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, it's like the group chat's going off right now. So it's an app. It's not technically a text. So they like circumvented the rules.
I don't know. Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Instagram Messenger?
Some people said, way too many, a couple millions. I mean, realistic numbers. I think the biggest one we got was
1 billion.
We got 2 people that said 3,000. That's 100 a day.
That's really not that many.
It's not.
Like, think about how many texts people actually send.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, that's the only way they communicate.
Group me. Everyone's saying group me. Yeah.
Group me.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Thank
it's not grope me.
Well, you could get in trouble for that.
Why? Twats. Yeah, only if you pay for it.
No, that's not true.
What do you mean? I'm asking you to grope me.
Oh, there is so much wrong with. I hate and then being on group texts. Do you think texts have gone? Somebody put it on in the live stream here. Texts have gone up during COVID or down during COVID for you?
Oh, up.
I think it has to.
Yeah, no, up for sure. Up. Even not being in the traditional setting, my texts for work had gone up for sure. For honestly various reasons, not just COVID related, but one specific COVID related. We were kind of like limiting how many people were in the clinic. So we were kind of limiting how many of the therapists were in the clinic. So in order to communicate with the ones that weren't there, it was sent a text,
Gotcha.
Hey, I just saw this patient today. Want to heads up on this, whatever.
Sure.
I would say
its own version of a soap note.
I'd say my phone calls. No, my phone calls went up too because I'm on a lot. I mean, just like everybody in the world, I was on more like group phone calls.
Zooms.
Right? We use Google. We use Google Chat and Google Meet. No Zooming.
WhatsApp. Hannah Grace Davis says WhatsApp.
I use WhatsApp, but only to talk to people that are in other countries.
Yeah.
Or when I had athletes that were from other countries, that's how I could communicate with them in the off season.
Just get healthy roster.
Just get healthy roster.
Then they don't have your number.
I got a number.
How do you like apples?
How do you like them apples?
Okay. Very good. I just think it brings up an interesting discussion on like how you communicate with an athlete. Like I'm thinking Texas. I'd much rather send a quick text, although you do lose a lot of context.
Yeah.
But I think it's how they respond. I mean, some people, it's so weird. Some people are like, oh, I just Snapchat message me. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No. We're gonna stay within the confines of the traditional apps that are automatically on the phone. So text messaging, phone call.
There's so many times I ask an athlete to relay information to another athlete, and I see him go right to Snapchat, and I'm like, this is stupid.
Very.
But that's okay. That's the generation that we're in.
It's a very interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
Only communicate through Snapchat, just in case somebody doesn't like what you said.
Yeah.
And it just goes away.
Okay. Let's move on. You want a FAT or you want an FMK?
FMK.
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 All right. F1, marry one, kill one this week, Kevin. We're going to go magazines.
Magazines.
Kind of magazines? I'll tell you what
kind of
magazines.
What kind of magazines do I like to F or marry or kill?
Yep.
Okay.
So
it's a
these
loaded
are
question. All right.
things that you might have delivered to your work environment.
Oh, you're going to give me categories. I thought you were just going to ask me to randomly. Okay.
Any magazines in the world you want to F, marry, kill.
There's some really good ones to kill.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to do product-based, like a catalog.
Okay.
So you're thumbing through looking for what's the latest, greatest product? What should I be ordering for next?
Okay.
Kind of shades of
gray
AT porn here.
Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes, AT porn. Okay, so product catalogs.
Okay.
Research journals.
Ooh.
If you want to stay up on the latest research and evidence-based anything.
Research.
And then also a magazine that's human interest based. So maybe it is here's the story of this athletic trainer and their journey type.
Like NATA News. Is what you're
Similar
saying.
to. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of magazines that do human interest.
About athletic trainers?
Yeah, I mean, that would be the primary one, but we don't have to, I mean, just them. It's a category.
I'll tell you what. All three, I thumb pretty regularly when I get them. Mm-hmm. So there's not, but which one? You know what? I'm first going to pick up the NATA News. You know, it's kind of quick. You know, you get a broad spectrum of what's going on across the country.
That's like your first date? You say you pick it up?
Yeah, maybe. And so, I mean, I gotta F the NATA News. It's quick. I thumb pretty fast, and then every once in a while I stop.
Don't thumb too fast; it might be over.
And then I thumb some more. I think, oh God, you know, when you're done with it, it's not like, oh my God, that was the best thing ever. There's a little bit of like, you know what, that could have been better. I could have done a better job with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a little psyche. I mean, you know, maybe I could be a better effer. Oh, I really don't want to marry a research like magazine. I really don't. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to kill the research. I think the last time I ever read a research article from a research magazine, handheld magazine, is never.
Wow.
So I'm going to kill it. I don't know if I've ever opened it up and said, you know what, I'm going to like read this from beginning of the research article to the end. I do thumb through it, but that was just a waste of time. There's a lot of pages in that thing. Now the catalog, whether it's AT porn related of exercise, rehab, or like just, you know, supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've thumbed through that entire catalog for a while. And I think it's got staying power, you know? And so I just keep
at least someone does.
Going and going and going.
Energizer Bunny over there.
I got to marry that. I think that's the long haul. I mean, that takes up a lot more time. It's a commitment. And not only that, you're kind of like, oh God, now I have all these things going on. Like, should I buy that? Should I buy that? Oh, I really need that. Maybe I should get this. Ooh, man. You know what I wasn't thinking about is I really needed more 4-way Band-Aids. And I'm going to order some. And so it's almost like it's this relationship that you have, this long-term relationship with a catalog that I thumb through it. And it also is giving me feedback of what I need, you know? And that's kind of a marriage.
It's a two-way street.
It's kind of a marriage.
If you're on the live stream, let us know what you would have, what you would marry, what you would kill as well. Very interested in what these people, you all would say.
Everybody's just like, what the F is Kevin talking about?
No, I'm 100% agreeing with you. I have to marry the product catalog.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite. I can stare at products all day long thinking, would I ever use this or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's almost like the old version of Tinder. You're swiping on products. Oh, this way. Oh, right?
Which way is the way you like?
In your head, you're going through
I want to know, do you know swipe right or left?
Swipe right if you're in.
Swipe right
Swipe left if you're out.
Okay. All right.
Let me know if I'm wrong on that. I haven't been in the Tinder game in quite a long time.
God. I was in it for like a week, and I was like, this isn't for me.
It's for everyone, Kevin. At some point in their life, it's for everyone.
This is not for me.
But seriously, going through a product catalog is like going through Tinder. It's yes or no, in or out on that product.
Yes or no. Is nobody chatting right now?
Wait, maybe it's something froze. I don't know. Maybe they're not listening anyways. It's like Major League. 2 hits, that's all we got.
They're not listening anyways.
Damn hits. Maybe something's wrong.
You take the call. I'm in the bag.
So I'm agreeing with you there. I'm disagreeing on the other two.
Okay.
I am gonna F with the research articles here. I'm going to I'm gonna look at them, and I'll probably get as far as the abstract. Oof. If I get farther than that, it's doing well.
There's something wrong with that.
The abstract is hit it and quit it time.
Ooh.
Like you're going to hit it or quit it after you get to the abstract.
Oh, all right.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's like,
absolutely.
Is this relevant to my life?
I might not even get to the abstract. I might just read the title.
Right?
I'm not kidding.
And then
just read the title. I judge that book by its cover.
Zach says
sure.
A Tinder. It's so good. It's so. Can we get that?
Tinder,
Can we get that? Can we get that trending? You give us credit. Well, Zach, you can have credit, but you have to tag us.
Zach, you can have all credit. We'll just promote the hell out of it.
So I'm going to kill the human interest stories.
All right.
You know what? I think I don't know what to say about it. It's
just not for you.
It's probably because I'm a bad person.
Well, clearly.
Abby,
you're going to kill something.
Abby asks, is Tinder a dating app? Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes, it is, Abby.
I
don't know. Is Tinder still a dating app, or is it just a big joke?
I don't know.
To me, I think it's just a big joke now. And it's also a way to like screw somebody out of some money or something.
What did we learn? We learned Chad was a bad person because he hates human interest stories.
I mean, I'm going to put it this way. I almost killed NATA News too. Other than
can't do it.
It's quick and like I every time I go through it. Now, here's the thing. I think there could be improvements.
What would you do with it?
I think we need to start
because they're clearly listening to us.
Yeah, maybe
because they're big Candid Athletic Training.
You never
fans.
know. They might become Candid.
They don't
Athletic
know.
Training
They
fans.
don't know we're out there. We're like the black sheep. We're the black sheep of athletic training talk. Let's.
There you go. Then they need to have us in the NATA News. They need to talk about podcasts. They need to talk about like what's different in athletic training. What is different in athletic training? Don't talk about like what you think people want you to talk about. I think you should always be a little on the edge of like what's different in this profession to try and expand people's minds of what you can be in this profession. Quote unquote, I'm buying a clinic. I'm going to own a freaking clinic as an athletic trainer.
Yeah.
There's not many athletic trainers that can say that. I'm very proud to say that. I'm in the process of buying a clinic. And I'm in the process of not only doing that, but like having my significant other work with me. So now all of a sudden I'm an athletic trainer that my significant other is not missing out on time with me. No offense to anybody that is that going through that, but I changed it. I think that's something that needs to be talked about. Like, why? Like, we don't have to be athletic trainers the way that we've always been athletic trainers. Because you know why?
It's called a non-traditional setting for a reason.
There's always going to be athletic trainers that want to be athletic trainers in the traditional setting because it rocks. It absolutely rocks. But it's not for everybody. So let's promote that. Let's promote the different podcasts out there. Let's promote sports medicine broadcasts. Let's promote, AT Vantage, at Vantage. I don't know how she says it. I don't know if it's one word or if it's two different words. But promote our podcast. Promote AT Corner. Promote everybody. Like, that is a really cool thing that's going on in athletic training right now.
There's so many good.
And I don't know if anybody really talks about it.
Yeah.
Right? Are we, like, I don't know.
All right.
Hard-hitting news. Let's do it.
Rick says, F the research, marry the news, and kill the catalog. And Hannah Grace Davis says, she wants to marry the catalog. She wants to F the new and kill the research. Only if I can go online for the research. She's an online kind of. There you go. Very good.
It's no longer. When does it? Is it still a magazine?
Did you just finger bang? Boom, boom, boom.
Is it still
Finger
a magazine
gun?
if it's online? It's a good. That's a legit question. It's not. I'm not trying to like
put in a poll up.
Yeah. Is it still a magazine if it's online?
Is it?
Or has it officially become a blog?
If it's online. Oh, I think it's a blog.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes or no?
But like, there's tons of magazines that have just stopped operation because now they're just, online.
Yeah.
Do they still call themselves,
Ed says online magazine.
Health. Oh, wow. He says online magazine.
We're going to have a poll.
We're going to have a poll. We're going to have a big poll.
Okay. We're moving on here.
Okay, if you want.
We're going to go to our fat.
All right.
I got to have to. Fat. I'm going to have to pull up.
I think there's a train going by.
It sounds like it.
Jeez.
We just came up with this right like 2 minutes before the show started. So we're going to do the Hangover.
I almost can't believe we haven't done this.
I know. It's incredible. All right. So here we go. We got Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Doug. I can be your Doug. And Stu. Do you feel like we really need anyone else?
No.
We don't need Jade?
No, just the guys. Just the guys on a bachelor party.
Mr. Chow?
Yeah. This is
Leslie
actually
Chow?
It's actually pretty appropriate for this week, if you think about it.
Yeah.
My bachelor party's this weekend.
Yeah, when most of these people hear it, it's going to be after your bachelor party. Holy cow.
That was random.
Well,
we did not plan
out.
that.
Yeah, sometimes life just works out. You're going to be hungover next week.
Oh, my God, I will be. I'm hungover every day, Tuesday.
Okay. Do you want to go? You want to go? The baby.
The baby. The baby might be the best one.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go by person here?
Yeah, let's just go by person.
All right.
I think it's.
Where do you want to start?
Phil. Bradley Cooper. For those that don't know who Phil is, Bradley Cooper.
All right.
So he's almost.
Oh my God,
he's the man with the plan, but he's
the Mr. Too Cool for school.
But he also like the plan doesn't work, right? Like he has this idea, but it's just what, that all went to hell, and so he doesn't execute his plans very well, other than to get to Vegas.
He seems to be the most calm under the pressure, though.
Absolutely.
Of
the
maybe
four,
maybe Doug.
Know. Yeah, Doug might be.
And Rick says Doug would be the most responsible for sure.
The dude ended up on the top of a building stuck. Like, no. I'm sorry. Absolutely not.
You got locked out.
I mean,
could you imagine getting locked out of your own athletic training room? Athletes in there, you're banging on the door. Where? Let me in.
I mean, think about being an athletic trainer that goes on the road all the time. Imagine getting locked out of the hotel. Like, imagine you're stuck on top of the hotel and nobody knows where you are.
Okay. Have you ever been locked out of your AT room? I have. I've left my keys in there. That's a great
You
thing.
have?
We're actually, I have. Yeah.
I've never locked my
Locked
keys in.
yourself out of your ATR.
I've forgotten my keys to get in. Forgot my keys to get in. I've done that, and I had to like call stadium control in baseball and like get them to open my door. Here's the thing, though. The chances of that happening were only if it was like early in my career when there were no, like, the team was on the road and there was no like clubhouse staff there. Most of the time I had clubhouse staff that was there way earlier than me, and so they're opening everything.
Yeah, usually at work, I am the first person in.
Yeah.
Or if I was working over at the soccer field, sometimes I was by myself.
How about this? Have you ever locked your keys in your car at a location? You're
Nope.
like notorious,
Nope.
but you're like notorious. You don't lock your car. Just in. Chad does not lock his car.
I kind of do
ever.
now.
Yeah, you do. You used to not.
All right, here's a good car story.
Yeah, I like it.
So for baseball, we travel a lot on the weekends.
Yep.
And we always campus is north of kind of where we all have to go. So we asked the bus driver to stop at a park and ride off the freeway, and we leave our cars there for the weekend, and then we get dropped off Sunday night when we travel home. So we don't have to go all the way back up to campus and then back south down to wherever we all live.
Right.
One weekend.
Mainly, I mean, you by that you mean the coaches.
The coaches. Yeah. And an occasional player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So about 5 years ago, we get back to the parking lot at like a midnight on Sunday. I get to my car. Do you know this story?
And it's not your car.
It's literally on a tree stump.
What?
They stole my tires.
Did you tell me this story?
And they put my car on a tree stump.
On 4 individual tree stumps.
Sorry. They took one tire.
They took one tire.
And put it on a tree stump.
You know what's amazing is that like your car, it's not like you have this like collectible car or like expensive wheels.
No.
Like
it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Just one. So they were replacing something on their own car.
Yeah.
They took an opportunity. And a tree stump, of all things, a tree stump.
Yeah.
Man,
they jacked it up, put it on a tree stump, and I was like, how did they even have a tree stump available?
How do you have a tree stump available? Why would you not choose a block, like a cinder block, because it's so much lighter than a tree stump usually? Holy cow. A tree stump is difficult to move. That was a lot of work for them.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work. I hope they didn't hurt themselves.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. They needed it more than I did. That's where I got to. I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be pretty remarkable to come home.
So I had to get a ride home from one of the other coaches and then go back in the morning, call my father.
Yeah, you probably didn't tell me this because I probably wasn't home.
I had a spare, but it was like super cold and it was
just
like
take me
1
home.
in the morning. I'm like, I'll just get it tomorrow.
Plus your home it's a mile from the park and ride.
Yeah.
Like no big deal.
Okay, so we're back to the Hangover here. All right, Alan.
Oh yeah.
Or no, you wanted to start with Phil still, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think he would be. He's a little too cool for school.
Decent at wound care.
He's a teacher, man. He's a teacher.
Yeah. I mean, sarcastic guy, so he'll get along with people. Then again, he walks out of the school and he insults.
He does. But he's on vacation. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
I will say this. He's the one that he's always the leader. Like he's always the one like kind of leading the like what's going on. Like I think Phil's got a chance, but I don't know, I got to go on to somebody else. I got to like
okay.
I got to like analyze somebody else.
Let's go Stu.
He's a dentist.
So he's got hygiene. He's got universal precautions.
Did you know he really like lost his tooth? Like he doesn't have that tooth or something.
Oh, so they built it into the story.
Something.
That's
I'm
great.
almost positive he does not have that tooth.
You don't need all your teeth to be an athletic trainer, so fine. Well, I don't care.
You
don't need it.
He apparently makes very drastic decisions.
Yeah, panics.
He lived his life so tightly wound that when you let that key open that lock a little bit, it busted open, right? I mean, holy cow. Married, what's her face? Heather Graham, right? Didn't they get married?
Yeah, he kind of lost
tried
control.
to or something.
Yeah, well, then he realized it wasn't. No, then he
got it. Is it in the first? Does he get the face tattoo in the first one or the second one? Second one, I think.
Second one.
Yeah, the second one.
The Mike Tyson.
Sorry, spoiler alert. He gets punched out by Mike Tyson in that one.
Yep.
The first one.
He's too panicky.
He's way too extreme. Like, I mean, something bad's happening and he freaks the F out.
I'm trying to
Which is really weird I think it's really weird for a dentist to be like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any redeeming qualities that he might have had. And I'm struggling.
I don't know. He's got a health background. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's about it.
All right.
Alan.
Oh, boy. Where do we go here?
But Alan loves everybody. He loves Phil.
Tries.
He loves Phil a little bit more, but he loves everybody.
Secretly a genius.
Secretly a genius. He's got better math skills than the rest of the world, apparently. He's the only single one, right?
I mean,
does he have?
No, he's single.
He's single. I mean, in the first one,
he took care of the baby.
He took care of the baby.
I mean, that's got to be.
What was the baby's name again?
If I can do it, anybody can do it. I found a baby before. Oh look, and he's jacking his little weenus.
I was waiting for that. Oh my God! Hangover baby's name, Max? No, Hangover baby. Carlos.
He looked like a Carlos to me too.
What a great name for a baby.
Guys, I fudged up. That's what he would say. I fudged up.
He's honest. Well,
if he makes a mistake, he'll just you can't.
He drugs his friends though.
It's
tough. That's tough. We drug all of our friends too. We give them over the counter stuff though. We don't hit the hard stuff.
Josie says he has a satchel for his supplies. I think that's solid. It's a solid point.
He has a fanny pack. It's a satchel.
So yeah, he's actually.
I think he's just awkward enough. I mean, I think all of us athletic trainers are just a little awkward. Because why would we ever do this? Make poor decisions often.
He really does.
Often or often?
I'm overthinking it now. You can't. Now I'm overthinking it. Often. No, I've said both. I don't know.
All right. Sure.
That's tough. All right, and then there's Doug. Doug. He gets locked out, but he seems the most reasonable.
He's clearly the most reasonable.
He's not so reasonable though that he's getting sunburn. He's up there. Find some shade. Seriously. He had a mattress with him, didn't he? Couldn't he hide under the mattress to protect himself from the sun, or did he throw that off for like? No,
he threw. Remember, he threw the mattress off to try but still, there was other things up there that you could have. At some point, I don't know. It's Vegas. At some point, the sun's just right above you. I'll tell you what. The guy goes through all that ordeal, looks like crap, goes to his wedding day,
cleans up,
and I mean, and his wife still marries him. So he must have some redeeming qualities as a human.
He was composed.
Do we know what he did for a living? Does anybody remember that? I don't remember anything about what he did.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember what his profession was.
You know, with the car, his future father-in-law, right, says, hey, take my priceless car because, what stays in Vegas.
Trustworthy.
So he must be trustworthy. And he's
supposed to look over Alan.
He is supposed to look after Alan. Both things he did not do a very good job of protecting, the car or Alan.
Nope.
Because he was tricked by Alan. God, that's tough.
Kento agrees being able to babysit is a good quality for ATs.
Absolutely. It's one of the most important qualities to be good at.
I mean, that's all I feel like I'm doing is babysitting.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're going to have to babysit, and you just have to choose what kind of babysitter you want to be.
If you're on the live stream, give us one name. Who's the best? Who you think?
Yes, please. This is a tough one. I made a lot of good points for Alan, and so did everybody else.
Shoot.
That is okay. Abby made a good point. Yeah, he got sunburned, but he stayed alive. I mean, Doug can handle some extreme elements. He's not going to be. He's not going to be a baby about it's 90 degrees and sunny outside.
That's a good call.
It was 115 and sunny out. He's good. Man, it's really tough.
Okay, pick one, Kev.
I'm going Alan.
Of course you would.
I gotta go Alan.
I'm gonna go with I can be your Doug.
Okay.
I think Abby made a really good point. Weather's
a good point.
Is a really good. I mean, you have to be able to.
My
brave
second place.
Although you can
Phil.
be an indoor athletic trainer, I guess.
My second place was Phil, though.
I would have to say that Phil was my second place as well. So he's got 2 seconds.
What's Alan third? Is Stu last? Let's see. Who would be the worst athletic trainer? Stu? I think Stu's the worst athletic trainer.
Nope. I'm going to disagree.
Ooh.
I think Alan's the worst.
Man.
I think
from the outside he looks like he's the worst, but inside he's great.
Stu has to be in a sport. I think as long as Stu is in a very controlled, like I wouldn't put Stu with a football team or a basketball team or any contact sport. I would put Stu with a track, a swimming, a golf team. I think he'd be fine there.
Okay.
I think he's limited.
All right.
I just don't know where Alan's coming into play.
Nothing with
even though
extremes.
Then again you're taking Stu out of his universal precautions might be his biggest strength, just taking it away from him.
Maybe.
All right, here's what other people said on the live stream. We got Josie said Alan or Phil. Cheats. Nate says Phil. Kento ain't pay your rent, says Alan. Zach says Phil. Rick Cox says, suck on these little right after you suck on these. Toodaloo. Never mind.
Oh, you
Mr. Chow.
She's
Doug.
a nice lady.
Not Doug, the drug dealer. He screwed up the drugs. Alan roofies people. Roofie's bad for athletes. Yeah.
They are pretty bad for athletes.
Although Alan would stand up for any female athlete. She's a nice lady, yeah.
It's true.
That's actually a really fun. That might be the most fun I've had on a fat in a while. Just talking through the characters because they all have different strengths and weaknesses.
Sometimes
your language is offensive.
I really didn't like that movie the first time I saw it.
What?
Swear to God.
Oh, I love it.
Hot take. Really didn't like it the first time I saw it. The more I saw it, the more I could quote it, definitely the funnier it was. Same thing with Anchorman, except like the second time I saw Anchorman, I liked it. First time I was like, I don't know if I get it. And then
I know that you've said that about Anchorman before on this show.
Second time I was like, Hangover. Oh, that's pretty funny. And then all of a sudden it was me and all my friends were quoting it all the time. It was great.
Everybody on the live stream is quoting this. It's so much fun to just see all the comments.
Fantastic.
Rick just said, "Why don't they call them Flurries?" It's just it's so golden. It's a good movie that holds your interests.
I mean,
because it was a little bit different at the time it came out, it was like really fun because it was different than everything else that had come out at the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And everybody was like, how the hell did they get Mike Tyson to do that?
I don't know if I did this, but this is our fictional athletic trainer. Good.
I think you did.
Good enough. Are we good there?
Sure.
All right. We're going to do our friend or foe.
Friend or foe.
Friend or foe. Senior night.
Senior night. Okay.
We put it up just right before we started the live stream. We put it up on our Twitter account, Candid_ATC. Friend or foe. Right now, friend is leading 62%, foe 38%.
Okay.
So that's what we got. Nate said, doesn't take long to recognize them, plus always fun to hear students roar for that senior that gets zero playing time, but is a great kid.
Okay.
What do you got?
As an athletic trainer.
As an athletic trainer, senior night, does it mean something to you?
Like, I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's the end of a friendship, right? It's the end of or I should say a relationship.
Yeah.
Which can be good or bad, right? It can be, God, thank God that athlete's gone. Or it can be like, man, I'm really going to miss that guy or gal. I'm likening it a little bit towards because I've never worked in the high school or college setting. Now I was a student just like everybody, but like having those athletes that either you knew they weren't going to be with the team next year or they were retiring or something like that. It's like it's a friend because you get to at least have a moment of honor of your time together.
Yeah.
But man, in my world, it was so much a foe. It was like, it's going to be really hard for me to have this close of a relationship with somebody ever again, or this person ever again, just because now we're going to live in two different worlds that are happening at the same time. Or if somebody was retiring, I mean, some of my closest relationships with my athletes, I mean, there's athletes I haven't seen in 3 years, and I would consider them and again, we've talked about this just because I worked with adults and like people the same age as me, but I would consider them my friend. I would consider that they had this huge impact on my life. And I haven't seen them in like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even some of them. That being said, that day, if I were in your setting, I think is very important.
Yeah, my setting is just different. So
and
your setting is, yeah.
I kind of like senior days because I think we all have seniors that we've enjoyed working with that don't get the traditional playing time that maybe a senior would, and maybe it's just a chance to actually honor them.
Well, you brought
though, like what if they're injured? That sucks.
You brought up an interesting point, is that you can still have a discharge day in a clinic or in a non-traditional setting, somebody going away. You can still have an end of it might not be a senior year, but it's like a end of hey, this is the last time.
Yeah, there's senior days in every setting.
Yeah,
I think
Abby just said she works at a middle school, and she said although they don't have they have 8th grade recognition night,
right?
And she said it takes forever.
Oh, I'm sure. Is it a foe though? Like, I mean, it's tough. I think that might be a foe.
Faux show.
If it takes forever, it's just, I don't know.
Ed said it's a foe because the home team you're usually the home team, so you have all that extra stuff. You lose, and it has playoff implications.
And that's the thing, right? Like it's sports. Like, what if you need to win this game, and then it like delays the game, or you do lose the game, and then the whole plan was to like do this senior ceremony right after the game, and then you lose the game. Now you no longer make the playoffs. Everybody's crying. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's the end of my career." Tough.
Well, I mean, it can be an emotional day.
Yeah.
But what the hell is wrong with emotion? Having emotion.
Emotion's not bad. Even in athletic training, it's not bad.
I mean, you're not going to be close with every single athlete you've ever had, so you're going to have some that are you're closer to. What the hell? English?
You're more closer.
Yeah, more closer. That's Wisconsin right there.
Hey, no hockey team.
And that's okay. I'll just say friend. Because
it's hard to
honestly,
not.
God,
it's hard to not say
about
friend.
you. It's about the athlete.
Yeah.
So they deserve it. I mean, it might be a little extra. It might be a little extra time for you in your day. You might have to get there a little earlier or stay later after a game, whatever. So in terms of your responsibilities, maybe it's an extra, but still, it's about the kid. Kids. I don't really have a reason why it's a foe. I don't. I mean, as an athletic trainer, what you win or you lose. That's sports.
Your day.
I mean, it
makes your day longer.
I think sometimes it's just a good place to stop and say, "Look, I had an impact, or maybe I could have had a better impact." It's like it's a perspective. It's a day where you stop, take a look at yourself, reflect. Did I do the best I could with these kids? Yes or no? Can I get better? Yes or no? I'll just say friend.
Okay. Abby just said 10 basketball teams. Recognition night is painful.
Sounds like it.
Does she mean there's 10, 8th grade basketball teams?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
How big is that school?
Holy
crap.
It's actually a requirement.
Oh, my gosh.
It's required.
That's an incredible amount of kids. I haven't answered yet.
Oh, I thought you said foe.
I'm going to say foe. All
right.
Just to be difficult a little bit. And I don't want to see him go.
Yeah.
I love all of them. I love all you guys.
Everyone love everyone.
Everybody love everybody.
Should we answer some questions?
Only if you want.
Very good. Get your AMAs in here.
AMAs.
All right. As we said at the top of the show, we've got these people on the live stream.
Live streamers.
Start putting on some questions for us. Abby, that's what she said. She just said, I have 10 basketball teams. It's huge.
It's huge. So the first question of the night came from Nate. Nate was going through his immense collection of basketball, baseball, and football cards.
Oh, wow.
And he actually 1,500 kids in 1,200 play sports. Abby, holy crap. That's as big as my high school, and that's a middle school? Jesus. And 1,200 of them definitely didn't. Jeez. Anyway, Nate asked if we had any favorite sports cards, trading cards, things. Do you have any? I mean, we both grew up in that era.
Yeah.
Some of our listeners probably haven't seen
the
one.
best card I have, or do I have favorites?
I think they probably coincide a little bit, but favorites.
I really loved 1987 Topps baseball cards, the wood border.
Okay.
That was the year where I was like, get
you
as
sure
many
that was
as
87?
you can. And they were, 100% sure. 100. It was Barry Bonds rookie year. Bonds rookie, I think McGuire rookie. It had the wood border around it. It looked like wood grain.
Yep.
And most of those cards, that was in the junk wax era. They printed off so many cards in those eras. None of them are really worth a lot. I just loved the look of that card.
Okay.
So I would say that was my favorite style card. I've got two 1975 Hank Aaron cards.
Whoa.
I need to get them graded. I think they might be worth a little bit.
R.I.P.
And then
Why didn't you tell me that, dude? Maybe I could have got him signed back in the day.
From Henry Aaron?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I would see him every once in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hate asking to get autographs. I know,
but that's something special.
I think I asked you for an autograph one time, and it wasn't for me. I think it was for my nephew. I think in one time of knowing you, I said, "Hey, can you get something signed?" And I'm pretty sure that was for my nephew who was born.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I think I remember that
because it meant something to my brother. And
absolutely.
Not to me. So, anyways, I think the weird thing is, I had at some point when I was collecting cards, I had so many cards of this one player that I thought he won the Cy Young one time. And I thought, oh, I love this guy. And I just ended up collecting all of his cards, and they're basically worthless. His name was Mike Scott of the Houston Astros.
Oh, yeah.
He won one Cy Young, and I had like 130 of his cards or something. So, okay, what about you? And the questions are flying in here, so this is good.
I'll give you a chance to look at them. I still have an Anthony Hardaway rookie card.
Penny.
That I was convinced when I was a kid was going to be worth, millions of dollars.
If he didn't get hurt, he was on the way.
I'm hoping that he's had a resurgence as a coach, that maybe his name still lives on. He was, I don't know, probably. Who would you compare him to right now?
Penny Hardaway?
Like the hype behind him. Even the level of play.
LaMelo.
Oh, okay.
Who's a rookie this year. And
that makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Good point. I feel like he's
a better scorer than LaMelo, but I think he kind of had that vibe to him.
He was an icon all of a sudden. Out of nowhere, this guy became Little Penny
the
commercials, the sneakers.
Well, and they paired him with Shaq, and so it was like the 1-2 punch. It was pretty good.
So that card always will stick out to me. I also have a David Robinson rookie card, which would have been what,
you should
89?
Get that. I think so, but you should get that. Him going into the Hall of Fame just this weekend.
You remember? God, I think they're.
Is that the gray border?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gray border, it almost is like an arch around it.
I think I might have that card too, actually.
Yeah. That one always sticks out in my head. I never really had any great baseball cards. I always had more of the basketball cards.
Clemens rookie, Manley rookie, but the two Hank Aaron cards are my best.
Oh my God, yeah.
If Clemens wouldn't have done what he did, and
sure,
he would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, we'd be talking differently. But
I will say, total not sports related though, I have the entire set of a Marvel comic books card collection
that's awesome.
Is remarkable artwork and everything on them. Probably gonna go down with me as a little bit of this is a little bit of a baby, kind of pride and joy, because it's the entire set. Actually, when I was probably, I don't know, I was probably 12, 13. I was late grade school. I worked pretty hard to get the entire set.
Yeah.
At the expense of probably my mom being like, no, I don't want to give you another $1. I really don't want to give you another $1. But they're really cool. Kind of solidified my forever. I'm going to be pretty into comic books, I would say.
For sure. Abby says AMA toilet paper, roll over or under?
Over. Always over.
100%.
100%. And don't let anybody tell you, not if you have a cat. My cat doesn't do that. Always over. Sorry.
Ed, I'm just going back to the very beginning.
So
Ed asked what your plans are for the summer months.
He asked you.
I'm going to make it up to my wife. She hates me right now. So my plan is I get June and July off. I do 1 week of camp for my pitching coach.
Yes, you do.
And then the rest of the month is going to be about me spending as much time with my kid and my wife, because she hates me right now, and making this podcast as big as we can make it.
Your kid.
That's number 2. And sorry, number 3
yeah.
is I have a patent on a product that I would really like to get going that I need to figure out how to make that product work.
Yes. You do need to do that.
Yeah.
And I'll be the model.
Thank you.
It's funny. I was driving down the street, going to our residence, and your wife was walking the kid and the dog, and your kid Bennett gave us a look like, "Who the heck are you?"
Really?
And then, like within an instant, went like
Smile.
just a huge smile.
Yeah.
It reminded me of. Have you ever seen Zootopia?
No.
Really good movie.
Is that Ben Stiller?
No.
That's Zoolander.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Zootopia's. Is that Disney? I think it. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's Disney, but good animated movie. When you run across it, Zootopia. There's a scene with sloths, and they work at a DMV, of course, because they move so slow.
Sure.
And there's this
Makes sense.
When somebody tells a joke, and the sloth just kind of like picks up their head and slowly like creates this smile on their face and then starts laughing. Bennett does that a lot. Just to let you know. All of a sudden he notices something. He's like, "Oh yeah."
He's usually a pretty happy kid. All right. Zach wants to know, if you could only have one guest or celebrity on the podcast, would you choose Bruce Willis or Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, right now, Aaron Rodgers. Everybody in Wisconsin and everybody across the country that has anything to do with NFL would listen to our podcast.
Yeah, I think so too.
I was just thinking about when was the last time we mentioned Bruce Willis?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
I just think Aaron Rodgers would have so many more. Like, we could actually do a fun interview about, like, all right, just give us some AT room, like, shenanigans.
No, I mean, but also I know for a fact from listening to him in other interviews, he would love to have a conversation about who would make the best athletic trainer. FMK this. I mean, he's a game show nut. Like, give us your top 5 this. Like, he loves that kind of stuff. At least what he puts out there in the media and what he puts out there on other interviews and podcasts. So,
yeah,
I think, honestly, that would be the more entertaining. And I think we could have a lot of stories that we would all talk really well with each other.
For sure. Favorite city or place you have traveled to cover an event?
Nate, yes. Kevin Hart was the rabbit. DreamWorks. Yeah, I think it is. I'm sorry, what was that?
Favorite city or place you have ever traveled to cover an event?
I really like Toronto. Toronto was a good city. It was the first time I had ever been to Canada. Selfishly, Miami. We stayed in a really nice hotel that was right on the beach, so it was like a mini vacation in the middle of the season. So that was always great. I mean, it's tough. I mean, there's so many great cities that I went to. I just never got to like experience enough of them. Miami was always somewhere I looked forward to. Toronto was just cool. It was a unique experience. Had to go through a lot of crap to get into the country. God, how about you? Is there anything that sticks out?
Yeah, Provo.
Oh.
We played BYU.
Our
last full year.
That's
I thought it was one of the coolest cities. Like, just very, very scenic. And then, like, the downtown, like, just walking the downtown, had some cool restaurants and just a really cool, almost like a little small town feel, but then, like, set up against the mountains. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And everyone was super friendly.
That's a really good point.
Hannah Grace Davis says, what's the best piece of advice for my first on-campus job interview? Advice, comments, welcome, appreciated.
Best piece of advice for an interview. Your first on-campus interview. God.
I'll say here's something that I don't understand about not necessarily athletic training, but all college sports in general. Ask to talk to a couple of the kids, student athletes. If you're going to be like, if you're at the high school, maybe you can talk to a few kids. If you're at the college setting, maybe a couple athletes on the team. Why don't we get that opportunity to see, hey, what have you liked so far about your athletic or your sports career? I just don't understand. Why are the student athletes not involved in that process? At least a meet and greet.
At least have a chance of like walk through the athletic training room when it's a little busy.
Yeah.
See see how you interact with somebody, that's going through something, doing a rehab, whatever, ask some questions. I don't disagree with that.
It's probably not the most practical advice for Hannah being your first one.
It's also
so I'll come up with something different. Like if you're going through I just don't. It's just something that has always occurred to me when you asked about interviewing. It just triggered something in me.
I also think it's a tough logistical thing, right?
Yeah.
A lot of interviews happen post end of school year in that setting, in the college setting, high school setting.
Yeah.
All the above. But advice, I mean, I think the easy one to say is be yourself. You don't want to enter a situation where you can't be yourself, so be yourself. It's very important for your work-life balance to be able to not have to put on a face in order to go to work, I think. I think in athletic training, our personality is very important. So with a capital D, important. I think, man, the more you can just be real in your interview of how you communicate and how you interact with other people, I think is a really valuable thing to do. God, and I you're right, Chad, though. Like that, imagine how much that could shine if you could have the athletes around.
Right.
Right.
I echo Kevin's sentiment. Just be yourself.
The other, man, I don't know. I very luckily have not had to do an immense amount of interviews.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So I always feel like a jerk trying to inform people how to interview, because it's all really up to the interviewer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've done like 5 very serious interviews in my life. And one person in particular that I interviewed with, he was asking me about specific exercises that I would do in like, what are your 3 favorite core exercises? And I was like, that's a loaded question. Like,
Yeah,
and
what's the problem?
All I did, I took myself back to what would happen if somebody said, what core exercises should I do to be a healthier person, right? And I broke down breathing and the ability to feel and activate your core and your transverse plane and your transverse abdominis during other activities, and then therefore you're going to have better core exercises regardless. And he was like, "Oh, that was a very thoughtful answer." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks for the very broad question." Yeah. Like, so I think there's value in not being too don't over prepare, right? Like, allow your natural rhythm of how you talk and how you interact with people to just come out.
Yeah, and I would say have a few questions written down ahead of time, just so you look prepared.
And I think have a few questions for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nate says, if there was an app that had a ton of graphic animations for patient education on body injury mechanics, would you purchase it?
Are you creating something? Can I get in on that?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna say it depends. I want to know how much and How good? Sorry for the burp
of course.
Yeah.
I think in those kind of situations, you know what the worst thing is? I have bought anatomy apps for like $24.95 and they've sucked. And that sucks. Like if I could get a free trial for like 7 days to just kind of like tool around on it, I think that's very valuable. I definitely think there needs to be better app integration with athletic training. I think across the board, there should be more. We should be able to access, I guess, libraries of exercises and create plans for our humans to do at home. And maybe Healthy Roster's got something like that. What?
They do.
Somebody asked why we don't have hockey in Wisconsin. I don't remember who it was. It was probably Ed.
It was Rick.
Oh, it was Rick.
Oh, maybe no, it was Ed. It was Ed. We have a IHL team, but not an NHL team.
Yeah, so we have a feeder team for the Nashville Predators. I think they joined this past season. They joined up with another team or something too. They did not have. They like canceled their season because of COVID last year. But the Milwaukee Admirals is our professional team, and they're actually pretty awesome. They're pretty. They've won a lot of I quote unquote minor league hockey championships.
Yeah, they've been fairly competitive,
absolutely,
and consistent. So.
For my entire life almost.
Yeah.
And then the other reason is because a while back we were about to get an NHL team, but they felt like it was too close to Chicago. They felt like the market, the Blackhawks market was too large, that we couldn't hold our own team, a new team, right? Now, and I disagree. I actually think that Milwaukee could love a professional hockey team. You would just have to make the environment fun. I think you would have to make an environment of like people tailgate before a game, number one. And then two, like the atmosphere at the game is fun and exciting. Not that everybody doesn't want that, but that's what we really want here. Any other questions?
I don't know if it.
Somebody. I don't know. This one might have been Ed. But our thoughts on professional athletes announcing their retirement before the season starts. What are your thoughts on that? I'm gonna transfer that to you because I know a lot of professional athletes, but I'll also answer it.
I don't care. I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference to me. I don't know. I guess I have no real reaction either way. I understand why they do it. I think coming from the Brett Favre saga, where he said 4 times he was leaving and then not, and now this whole Aaron Rodgers thing, being unhappy, whatever. I think it's probably, if an athlete says, "Hey, this is my last year," one, that's just to get it out of the way. There's no lingering.
Stop asking questions.
Yeah, like this is it. I can get my little walk off at each city. Thank you very much. But it's just it's probably good for the organization.
I do appreciate getting ahead of
Excuse me?
Getting ahead.
Okay. All right.
Of the questions. I think it's actually pretty great. At the same time, I think it needs to be that Kobe or that Derek Jeter for it to actually be.
You got to be pretty special.
Like when it's just a random professional athlete that's just like, this is my last year. It's kind of like, well, dude, nobody was asking. But at the same time, I don't know. I just wish. I think you need to be on that level of those Jeters and Kobe's in order to do it and actually be successful, and it be good. Star Wars or Marvel?
I was actually just thinking about this question last week. Like, what's better? What's a better story? What's whatever? Marvel. Yeah. And then last
Soul
one.
Marvel. No offense, Star Wars, but Soul Marvel.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. And then Nate's.
Not that I don't like Star
Nate's
Wars.
doing a Harry Carey impersonation here. If the moon was made of spare ribs, would you eat it? I know I would.
If the no, I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't have that in me.
If the moon were spare ribs, would you eat it?
I know I
don't
would.
know if that was any good. Was that any good? That could have been okay.
All right.
Like a C minus.
It's okay. This is Candid Athletic Training, not Candid impersonations.
Harry Carey.
Well, maybe we should do that. We could do the worst. Never mind. We'll talk about it off air.
I don't know if I have a really good impersonation.
Yeah.
I do better impersonations of people that I'm around all the time versus celebrities, I think.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably.
You're around both, though. If you're around
Only
celebrities,
you, buddy.
then...
I'm around you all the time.
No.
Nike or Adidas?
Oh, did someone say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nike or Adidas?
I work in an Adidas school. I don't mind the clothes. The shoes, I don't think are great. I wish I went to a Nike school.
I think the Adidas shoes, they had a peak.
My slippers?
And then they started going down. I'd pick Adidas.
Really?
That's surprising. And I'm wearing Nikes. Oh no, I'm not. I'm wearing Ons right now. My other shoes that I wore are Nikes. To me, Nikes are for fashion. Adidas is a little more like I'd rather wear Adidas.
All right. Well, that's all the questions we have. So
I think so too.
Thank you all. Thanks to everyone on the live stream.
Yeah.
We'll have to do these more regularly because it's the most interaction we can get in a short amount of time. I think they're really fun.
I actually think it's really great to answer random questions too.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't always have to be athletic training, but it can be. So
yeah, absolutely.
So anyways, yeah, that's another reason to get yourself a membership, Candid Athletic Training membership. Again, what we're trying to do, become a member. You're going to get discounts on all sorts of goods. We are currently trying to close some deals on not one, not two, but 3 more companies want to give us some deals. We will hopefully have answers for you next week. And it looks pretty promising. So very good. Thank you to everyone on the live stream. Thank you to Brew Fitness MKE for letting us come use your place. Thank you to Healthy Roster, the official show sponsor. Check us out on our social media, Candid_ATC, and go to our website, www.candidathletictraining.com.
Anything else?
Nate nailed it. He said, it's nice when you guys can't think of a feature topic. That's exactly what happened tonight. So.
Bye.